Hello, how are
Okay.
you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. This is
Good.
our first time seeing each other.
Yeah. I've seen a picture, I believe, but yes.
How have
First
you
time
been?
in person. Good. How about you? Good. Good.
Yeah, doing
Good.
great. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you taking a few minutes of your time.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
problem.
All right, so I just wanted to ask you some questions in terms of your experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get to it. By the way, do you have your book with you?
I do in the other room. I can go grab it.
Well, you don't have to. I was just
That'd be
wondering
good.
if you. Yeah, could you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that'd
Yeah.
be
Give me a
great.
second.
Okay. All right. So prior to us connecting, had the idea of putting a book together, had that ever crossed your mind?
Yes.
Okay. For how long?
I don't know. So I've been like, in the health coaching space for over 3 years now, but I'm trying to think when we even connected. It was like over a year ago, I guess.
Yes.
So I would say maybe around like close to a year that I had been thinking about it before,
Awesome.
like just tossing around the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And you were tossing the idea, and what was holding you back from actually pulling the trigger?
I don't know. I kept thinking, oh, that's a long-term goal. Like that's like, I don't need to worry about that now. That's just something like 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now or something.
Okay, I got
Yeah,
it. And then
yeah.
you get this random call, right?
Mhm.
And so what were your thoughts when we initially spoke?
Well, I was like, maybe the universe is telling me now's the time to do it, because I had been thinking about it. So I was like, well, maybe this is something. And then I think just what you guys have to offer just made it even more appealing, versus me having to sit down and like think about absolutely writing and
Right.
doing everything.
Right, exactly. So what reservations went through your mind when we initially spoke?
Probably just the time aspect. Like, am I still gonna devote, that much time to it? That was probably the biggest, probably the biggest thing. But I think because it was broken up into chapters, and I was able to do a couple chapters at a time, and I had a goal in mind of like I wanted it kind of done by a certain time, but I also wasn't set in stone because I wanted it done right and to my liking,
Yes.
above all else. Yeah.
Yes. And what caused you to move forward?
I think just everything you guys had to offer.
Okay.
Just helping with the writing. I think we clicked as well. You do a lot in the health space too, and then just knowing that you were taking care of all the formatting and helping me along the process, I think is what made me finally, say yes.
Beautiful. So we started the project, right? Content, we were working with you in terms of the table of contents, coming up with the questions, right? How was your experience with working with the team, like with corresponding with the team? How was that for you?
Everybody's been super responsive in general. I send an email and it gets answered definitely within 24 hours, usually a lot sooner. I don't know if I might be one of the most difficult ones, I feel like sometimes, because I can be a little bit of a perfectionist, but also I feel like what I do is pretty specific in some areas. Like I don't just give general nutrition advice or anything like that. So so there was some back and forth with some things until I was happy. But yes, overall it was obviously a great experience. And like I said, you guys were responsive and helpful along the way.
Beautiful. Yeah, and you bring up something important, and that is the whole perfectionism, right? So one of the things that holds people back from finishing cycles of action is it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and that's very subjective, right? And so I don't know if I reminded you of this, okay, but the objective of the first edition is let's get it done and let's have it be good, but it doesn't have to be like this perfect thing, because there's always the opportunity to create a second edition, updated and revised version. So, all right. And in terms of working with the team with the cover, how was that experience putting all that together?
Yeah, I mean, that was great too. I know the first few covers they presented, I was not a huge fan of. So I kind of went into ChatGPT and, as far as just colors and ideas and that type of thing. And I was able to give them some feedback, and then, it hit after that with what we were able to put together.
Awesome. And how was the experience with uploading everything onto your KDP accounts?
Oh, so easy. That was the easiest part. I mean, because all the videos were there with all the instructions, and that part was super easy.
Okay. So the team walked you through the process on how to do it step by step.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And in terms of if there were any hangups, were you able to communicate with the team to help with the resolution of that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, I think the whole time, everybody was responsive. Even towards the end, I'd been debating on adding another chapter. And so I was able to get on the phone with somebody to kind of talk through it. In the end, I said no. I said I'm just going to weave kind of that topic in throughout some of the other chapters where it applied. So yeah, it was great.
Beautiful. And was there a time that you actually started to get excited about it before you got the book? Like, did any stage of it come together and you're like, oh my God, this is actually happening?
I mean, I feel like there's probably always the super big excitement in the beginning, right? And then I can see how some people can kind of get burnout, I guess, at times. But I think I was excited the whole time. The only thing I was wishing I would have done sooner or throughout was adding the resources more as we did the couple chapters at a time. So kind of the daunting part was then towards the end when I went through and actually added in all the resources. But still, even despite that, I think, the excitement never really wore off for me, because I was like, each chapter I feel like was unique, and especially towards the end as it kind of all came together. Kind of like the last chapter kind of summarizes things, and it was like, I kind of had a tear in my eye. So and then of course seeing the final product was amazing.
Beautiful. So let's talk about a few things. So in particular, I'm going to ask you, could you have done this on your own, right? Obviously, we have language models these days, right? We have ChatGPT, we have Claude, we have all of these things, right? Could you have done it on your own? And in retrospect, what do you think that experience would have been like if you were to do this on your own? What would the time frame have been for you to do it? And do you think that you would have actually finished it if you were to have done it on your own?
I probably would have finished it at some point.
Right.
I mean, I think this held me accountable, it held me accountable. It kept me on track. I actually did look into what would that look like, trying to do something like that on my own. And I'm in some authors groups on Facebook and that type of thing. And I see the struggles that some people have when they do it on their own, where they say Amazon keeps kicking it back because the formatting isn't just right, so and I feel like you could pay an assistant or go on Fiverr or something probably and have somebody do some of that. But then I feel like between what you offer with the writing piece and just all the time that we spend, going back and forth, plus all the formatting, I think just made it a no-brainer to do it with you guys, because I don't know. I probably still, if I would have started it when we started, I'd probably still be working on it if I did it on my own.
And I just want to be very transparent. So when ChatGPT started to become more and more intelligent, I was like, oh my God, this might be a threat to us. But then I realized that I'm like, okay, human nature is such that people start things, right? But they just don't finish them. They just don't, right?
Yeah.
And so yes, these language models make it very appealing, very tantalizing, like, ooh, right now from a blog standpoint, you don't need me. Okay, you don't need me. You can use these language models to create a blog all day long. But when you start to interconnect these chapters and you try to use very basic prompt engineering to assure that there's no repetition, redundancy, and all that stuff, it becomes very difficult.
Yeah.
And if you really do not know what you're doing with these language models, have fun. It's going to sound very AI-ish, and there's going to be a lot of gibberish there.
Yeah. And that's where too, like, I love, because I was still able to add in my own stuff, my own flair, my own voice. It definitely, and even in the beginning too, I should say, I think, was it a chapter? I remember it was just the first chapter, I think, where it sounded very textbook to me, and I was like, that's not the tone I'm going for. And then you guys made the adjustments, and then we were off to the races, and the rest was great. But then I was still able to add in, things that, like words, for example, that I was like, I wouldn't say that word.
Right.
So I was able to change some of that.
Yeah, and one thing that I want to reiterate is, as we go through the process with a client, we're always telling the client, please go through the content, make sure that it aligns with you. Add your own viewpoint, add your own stories, remove things. And if there are major overhauls that are needed, like for example, that first chapter where it was too academic, just give us that feedback, right? And that's the beauty of working from a collaborative standpoint. When you're working together with a group, it makes things that much easier. And then you have more buy-in with it. You're like, I can trust this team, right? Because they're competent, they can produce a good product,
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who's kind of on the fence, who's like, I can do this on my own. I don't need you guys, right? I can do this, right? What would you tell them in terms of like all the pieces and how, like, working with a team, it would be a little different than figuring this out on your own in terms of the formatting and title, subtitle, cover. And another thing that a lot of people do not understand is the thickness of a book, right? Oftentimes people are like, oh yeah, I'm putting a book together. How many pages? 100 pages. I'm like, that's not a book. That is a booklet.
Yeah.
And you are going to get so much, backlash, okay? Either overtly or covertly behind your back, because people are going to roll their eyes and say, she thinks she's an author and she put something together that's 100 pages. That's not a book. But people have this misunderstanding that says, well, people are, they're busy these days. They don't have time to read. So I need to put something that's concise. No, the problem is if you put something concise, they're not going to take you, nor are they going to take the content seriously.
Yeah.
They're going to see it as an introduction topic, not as something that showcases true expertise and true competence.
Yeah. I mean, for anybody on the fence, I think it's a no-brainer. Like, just do it, because, like I said, you have the accountability piece. You have somebody you're not going back and forth wondering why Amazon's rejecting it, and that can take care of all of those details that most of us probably don't know about when we're thinking about writing a book. So yeah, like you said, the collaboration, I think, is probably the biggest driver in that. And yeah, I mean, I'll show my book right now, because it ended up being, I will say it ended up being longer than I planned. But I mean, there's a good 40 pages-ish of resources, references and stuff. And also, I think because of how you guys, format it and stuff, like with the 10 questions, I mean, it's an easy read. Like, it might look kind of daunting at first, but it's a very easy read between the font and the subtitles or whatever, the sections in each chapter. I think it spaces it out, so it's not as daunting. But yeah, I mean, I put my heart and soul into this one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and how does it feel? Do you not feel proud of?
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah. And then, now I'm working on the pocketbook and it's a totally different, like I'm just super excited again because
Yeah.
it's different. I'm kind of using it more as like a guidebook, like it's everything in here, making it more general and just concise, and more, I think, practical for people, like to give them those quick takeaways, those easy takeaways, like, okay, where can I start my journey? Oh, this resonated with me. I'm going to start here. But yeah, I mean, of course, I'm super proud of it all. It was a lot of work, but very rewarding.
Beautiful. And how did it feel for you to actually get the book?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
As
know,
far
like,
as your unboxing, how was that experience for you?
well, it's funny because it was around Christmas and I was actually up in Michigan with my family. So I had it delivered there. So everybody kind of got to see it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I also, I don't know, I think just me, I kind of kept it a secret from people. And so then I did the video of like me opening it and everything and holding it. I did some pictures and stuff, and it was like this announcement where now I feel like with the pocketbook, I'm talking more about it. Like, I'm working on my second book, it's coming and everything, and kind of starting to promote it now. But yeah, actually then holding the book was amazing.
It's awesome. And what about, so you shared this with your family, right? I mean, what did they say about it?
Oh, I mean, they were super proud. Of course, like my husband was supportive along the way. I would read him chapters, and considering my book is about a women's specific condition, there were some where he might have fallen asleep, but still, I think that helped reading it out loud too. So yeah, I mean, he was supportive the entire time, of course. And then, yeah, I mean, my dad was there. He was like, so, super proud of me. I think from my nursing career, never did I think I'd be now an author and doing all the stuff that I'm doing. So I think it helped him kind of really see like, oh, wow, she's actually doing this. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So is there anything else that you'd like to share in terms of the experience, the process, how we worked with you, and
oh, I feel like we covered a lot. Like I said, I don't know if I've been one of the most more difficult people, but I couldn't tell on your end because you guys are just like, okay, if that's what you want, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna remove this and add this and change this, and yeah, and so we just go back and forth until it feels good, and you guys are patient and just knowledgeable, like just what you're doing, obviously, with this whole process. So even though sometimes it takes longer maybe than anticipated, I think it's worth it because I know that you guys are doing a good job with it.
Yeah, I mean, you were a pleasure to work with, honestly. Yeah. So and look, you being demanding in terms of these particular changes, that's just a reflection of the fact that you want it to be something that you're proud of. Yeah, and so yeah, it's been a pleasure. It really has. Thank you so much for taking the time. And again, we're doing this just so that we can share with other people that are kind of on the fence, because one of the benefits that we have right now is we have an extraordinary track record. Right? We just don't have enough of the testimonials in place, right? Because as long as we get the testimonials, people will be like, oh yeah, I can relate to Lindsie. I can relate to so-and-so. I can relate to, so I just want to create as much relatability as possible. So I really do appreciate you taking time.
You're welcome. It was nice meeting you in person for the first time.
Likewise. And we are going to stay in touch in terms of the pocketbook. Obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to connect with the team, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.